Bottom line is that Social Security should not ever be anything threatened. We've seen sometimes when Congress gets to the point where we have to extend the cap in spending, Social Security should not be anything to be threatened. Our elderly don't need to worry about their Social Security. It should remain the way that it is. It should stay well funded. Congress keeps working on that, and that's important. But to privatize it is nothing I'd ever vote for. And I would always, going to Senate, make sure that Social Security is there the way that it was implemented by President Roosevelt, and stay well funded, whatever the cost. It must be there for people. Weren't fortunate enough maybe in their life to have another way to live out their life. Now, as far as the other question of elderly abuse, it is a major problem in the United States. You don't hear people talking about it. They say that sometimes it's just a state issue, but it's a serious issue. The statistics are unbelievable if people look into the elderly abuse, especially in nursing homes. It's outrageous. We have, just like when we have child abuse, I was involved in the 11th Judicial Circuit Court with the Guardian ad litem program when I was in my early 20s. I supported that my whole life. I still do, Voices for Children. It's a fantastic program for child abuse, where you have the Guardian ad litem being the voice for children, because they can't speak for themselves. And it's important that the Guardian ad litem program actually be expanded. I think we have it in 36 states. It's very important for children to have a voice in court to protect them and make sure it's even across the board when it comes to child abuse. But we don't have enough with elderly abuse. We have to have more laws in place, really, to make it clear that if you're elderly, you don't have to feel scared about going into a nursing home and being abused. There should be tough penalties for this, and I care very much about elderly abuse. I have personally in my own family someone that may have been a victim to elderly abuse. I don't think it's important to reveal who that person is, but I lost somebody very dear to me, and I have vowed since that time that happened. Before that, I was always concerned about elderly abuse. We all know it could exist. But I certainly am, and that's dear to my heart, to protect someone that's elderly. I think the most important thing that maybe people should understand is that, you have to help people that can't help themselves. Mm-hmm. When someone cannot speak for themselves, somebody has to be there to protect them. And we have a lot of laws on the books in Florida, for instance. And I'm really proud of the fact that the state of Florida has taken that issue very seriously. They do take it seriously. The governor of this state we don't agree on a whole array of things, and that's understandable, okay? But I can tell you that the governor of this state, Governor Scott, has, in reference to that issue, the Florida legislature, in conjunction with him, taking the elderly abuse issue seriously, and I am happy to hear that. As I said before, in reference to the governor, I've been asked a lot about that, about the governor. What does it have to do with running for the Senate? But it does to a certain extent. It's important that a senator to have some type of a relationship with the governor, so the senator on the federal side can know what a governor needs and what the people need. It helps him keep a senator informed. And I know that there are big differences between the governor of this state and myself, and that would be understandable. Not everybody's going to agree on everything, but the people's business is first. And I certainly, if I were sent to the Senate, would work with the governor of this state, Governor Scott, or any other governor of this state, because it's important, and it's important to put the people's business first, okay? And that's what I would do.
Now, my question to you is, and how this all relates, is elder abuse is a big issue. Now, how can we implement ways to make sure that they are safe? Now, elderly, the majority of them depend on Social Security to pay for those services for them. Now, should they be supervised? And if they are supervised, who do you think should review those tapes, or what do you think should be done to make sure that they're not getting abused?
Well, that was a great question, by the way, and I didn't think you'd actually go into that question. And I know our time is limited, and the public can look into the statutes that are there now. But the fact you mentioned that, it is true that Social Security is a federal check, and a lot of times it's turned over to nursing homes. So it's important, very important, that we make sure that the people that are working for nursing homes, running nursing homes, are in fact not abusing the elderly. Again, because it's shortage of time, people can just look into this issue, look at the statutes that are already in Florida, for instance, and look and look under. They can Google it and learn all about some of the problems that occur in nursing homes, and they'll learn a lot about it. And it's important to make sure that if you know somebody that's being abused, an elderly person. I know in Florida there's a 1-800 hotline, the Children and Family Services. Don't hesitate to report that. If it's really something that you truly believe, that somebody, even if they're not in a nursing home, any elderly person that would be being mistreated, call the 1-800 number and let the state of Florida know. We have a terrific people in Florida in public service that work in the state of Florida, and they're improving it as much as they can, as fast as they can. They need more resources, but they do take it seriously. I'm proud of the state of Florida and the Florida legislature that have taken this issue up seriously, and they have to do more, and they're going to do more. And I certainly, if I go to the Senate, will make sure that any federal funds that are necessary and ideas to help this issue